So far, in this session of the 26th of April 2021, ZOMEDICA stock has has extended by almost 14%, and it's just trading slightly below its 23.6% Fibonacci extension level. You can see that we were able to plot that. We picked it up from exactly that price point. You may not see it clearly well. It says there it is 0.094. That's way close as at the 23rd of April 2021. Currently in this session, it's trading at 1.08 or thereabout, just slightly below that 23.6% extension level. So this is what's going on with ZOMEDICA right now. 79.5 million shares have crossed the tape so far in this session, and we're obviously using Charles Schwab's platform and the Street Smart Edge as well. Yes, this is it. This is what we're using as well. This is the live session. This is with a 1 minute live session. Currently it's up 15.39%. At some point it was higher than that. At some point it was trading at 1.1405. So at that point, what would it have been trading at? What extension level? What would it have been? 1.14. So at that point it would have been just below the 38.2% extension level from that close of the 23rd of April. So going by all that's going on, we can see that ZOMEDICA has a market cap of $893.6 million, roughly 915 million shares outstanding. So we return to this live session. It's currently up 15.55% right now. Momentum is very, very strong, but MACD is below the signal line because obviously the stock is trading below its short-term trend line, especially 10-day trend line. So but it keeps breaking through that. The 50-day trend line is also above, so we are looking at this mix-up because the stock extended and retraced. You see, that is why the 50-day trend line is above the 20-day short-term trend line. So this is because of some volatility that has been occurring so far in this session. So if it's currently trading at if it's currently extended at 15%, so that we are looking at an extension of probably up to 20% at some point. So it has retraced now. So this is obviously why that we have this lopsided nature of the, or rather the lopsided arrangement of the trend lines. The intermediate is above the short-term ones, and I believe the longer term trend line might be somewhere below, I believe. So this is what's going on with ZOMEDICA stock. So let's see whether we can see what's going on the bigger picture. This will just give us, it will not give us exactly the readout of what is going on today, but up till today, yes, if you sum it all up, it says that ZOMEDICA appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero and rising, but it's lagging the S&P 500 based on the comparative relative strength analysis. So momentum for ZOMEDICA is improving. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors begin to purchase shares. You can see that it is rising, no doubt about that. So today's volume is on track to be heavier than usual, with 79.508 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. We can see also that 10-day average is 83.538 million, so we are currently at 79.508 million. So there's a good chance that might be also that the volume might pass that 83.5 million figure. So it has a 10-day volatility of 194.23%. by certain measures in relative terms compared to certain penny stocks, especially also penny stocks in the same pharmaceutical space. It has a relatively low volatility. So moving on, we can return here and see that it's still at that 15.55%, and we can tell you that we were able to dig in and we determine a few things. It's currently trading at 1.08 right now, so it is trading within its within the one standard deviation range of its 10-day trend line. So you can see that one standard deviation range is between 1.51 to 1.167. So even as at the time it extended to this 1.14, it was still trading within that standard trend, 10-day standard deviation trend line. So what that simply says, that even though it has extended, the stock is also exhibiting very strong bullish signals, so, and as it has not exceeded this 10-day trend line, 10-day standard deviation range, then it hasn't gone into the much more riskier territory. So it's strongly bullish signals out there, but it has not run away. The extension has not run away, has not gone out of control. It's very much tamed. So you can see it's currently extended at 16.61%, but still trading within its one standard deviation range. So indicating that yes, there might still be some room to run. Some people who are keen on pushing it to the risky territory might see, yes, that there's still some room to go there. So for the 20-day, it has not reached there yet. This is the 20-day, it hasn't reached there yet. So for the 10-day, it's still very much in the much safer territory. So once it goes beyond 1.17, based on its empirical data, then it is getting very much risky. So currently, very much tamed bullishness from ZOMEDICA. So according to Chatmail, it says ZOMEDICA shows a strong growth in earnings per share. In the last year, the earnings per share has been growing by 69.23%, which is quite impressive. Based on estimates for the next years, ZOMEDICA will show a very strong growth in earnings per share. The earnings per share growth will grow by 76.97% on average per year. So currently extended by 15.55%, yet still not that risky as such, as it has not exceeded its one standard deviation range, which is between $1.051 and $1.167. So currently ZOMEDICA is up 15.56%. so with the price and the momentum, they keep fluctuating, and currently the MACD is above the signal line slightly, because obviously the stock is above the 10-day trend line, and it has since also broken through that 50-day trend line. So we pointed out that this lopsided nature is because of the fact that the stock ran up a huge gain, moved sideways, retraced. So the 50-day trend line has not been able to record that retracement. So it's still hanging up there, while the short-term trend lines are coming up to overtake it and maybe balance up the whole scheme of arrangement for the stock. So currently it is up 16.61%. So I indicated that, but at this point it may be 20%. I believe at this point it would be an extension of probably close to 23% or more. So this is what we're looking at right now. ZOMEDICA up 16.61%. We didn't see any piece of news concerning ZOMEDICA. Did we see any? No, there isn't any fresh news as such. It's just on the web, yes, on the internet, on and certain websites carried certain opinions concerning, but we don't have anything as such concerning news. But indeed, there might be some short volume figures on ZOMEDICA. So let's see if we can find what's there for ZOMEDICA. So obviously this will be as at the 23rd of April. So it has a short volume of 20, roughly call it 40%. So that's also quite handy as well. So it's not strange. We see that of late concerning stocks, penny stocks especially. So 40% were sold short. So let's see whether we can get that of the short interest. This will be the entire short figures. That will be the addition of the short volume and the short volume of the short volume of a stock and the short volume of the option. So this gives us the short interest. So it currently stands at 5.5%, a decrease of 14%. So that is what we're looking at right now. So to sum it all up, it's not exactly heavy, but on the stock it is handy enough. 20, roughly 40% is very much very much handy. It definitely is representing enough skepticism, but we would prefer to see that high figure on in the short interest as well, but we're not seeing that. We're only seeing that on the stock itself. So but even at that, it's still very much okay. It's still enough skepticism. That is what we want to see. So ZOMEDICA has since extended up to 16.61% now, but fluctuating between $1.1 and I believe $1.09. So that is what's going on for ZOMEDICA right now. I think roughly has generally moved sideways throughout this whole session. So between 12:45 Eastern US time and now, it has been trading between 1.13 and 1.09 so far. So volume momentum just spiked right now, getting support from the 20-day trend line. So yes, in as much as it has extended by 16.61%, we pointed out that it is still very much trading between its one standard deviation for its 10-day trend line. So for that, over the last 10 days, it is still it's very much bullish, but it has not become too risky to get involved. But I'm not saying you should get involved. It has run up a huge gain of 17.48%, as you can see on the screen right now. So I wouldn't urge you to jump in. If you want to jump in because of any other reason, you can always do so. So for that 10-day trend line, it's definitely not that risky as such, even though it has extended. It's just confidently bullish, but hasn't escaped with its extensions currently. And indeed, for the 20-day trend line, it's very much not even close as such. So it's still very much bullish and has not gone too risky as such. So we can see it now. It's spiking again, currently at 1.11% right now as we speak. So yeah, ZOMEDICA currently on the ascent. So let's look at the daily model. We can see 81 million shares so far. We are gradually going to surpass, getting to that 83 million, which is the average for the 10 days. Once we reach there, we will be definitely above average. So currently on this daily model, it is trading in between the 10-day trend line and the 20-day trend line, but also below the intermediate 50-day trend line, but above the 200-day trend line. But we can also see here the average, the volume weighted average volume weighted average price. This is what is currently there. It's just slightly above that based on this daily model. On the 1 minute model, we have not seen that volume weighted average price, which is an indication that the stock has definitely escaped. So it might be somewhere below on this chart. We can't see it at the moment. So yeah, ZOMEDICA fluctuating, but still sustaining this extension. It's sustained. It achieved today, the 26th of April 2021. So it's currently sitting at an extension of 17.67% at $1.105 and improving and extending. So this is what's going on for ZOMEDICA. Bullish signals, and hasn't gone too risky as such based on the standard deviation analysis. So currently we are looking at a price of 1.1, I believe. So that 1.1 would clearly put us above the 23.6% extension level. Yes, clearly above that. So that is what we're looking at right now. And as at the time it had that $1.14 price, it would have been just slightly below that 38.2% extension level. So we actually guessed right. That extension is definitely above. We actually said that 1.1%, 1.14 is a 23% gain. So we are roughly right about that. So this is what's going on with ZOMEDICA right now. It has an extension of $17.59, sitting at $1.11. So yes, so far so good. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share if you're already a subscriber. Thank you very much for watching this video.